move on quickly to this issue of the Senate approving the proclamation of state of emergency in Rivers State. What precedent does this set for democracy in Nigeria? Could this embolden future presidents to use emergency declaration for political control? A lot of people are wondering in Nigeria, it's all over the social media, where people are saying that any governor in Nigeria that upsets the incumbent president could end up in a situation where he's removed from office, in inverted commas, open and close, suspended, not removed.
Good for them. Look, unlike those who are alarmed, who are just cottoning on to the idea that we are not in a democracy, I have been shouting stridently for years that Nigeria is not a democracy. The people are not citizens. The law does not rule. And we are certainly not burdened by leaders. We have ruiners. I have said this for years. But you see, until suffering is democratized, a consensus cannot really be found for waging the necessary battle to end this state of anomy. Yesterday's beneficiaries, even those who brought Tinubu to power, those who refused to listen to reason, who endorsed it, who explained it, who were complicit in the erection of this system, they are going to become victims to this system. Lord Acton, it was, they had that long-winded quote, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts, absolutely nonsense. It should have simply stopped at power corrupts. The purpose of power is to corrupt. Those who have brought this man into office will be the first victim of his rule. And it will be nice if they too begin to feel victimized as the average Nigerian has been victimized all this while. Yorubas will say to ya Obakari Kokintogbon, if suffering is not democratized, consensus to fight it will not be found. It is nice to hear the likes of El-Rufai bleating like a victim these days. That is what his victims have been doing for years. If he was sat in the ministerial office, I will not be hearing him bleating. It is nice to hear governors worried about how Tinubu will use the power that he has triumphantly claimed through the Molebu National Assembly. It's actually beautiful to see them worried, because it is in them worrying that they realize the need to bridle power. The law does not give any power that it does not bridle. When it gives you a power, it sets out the limits of that power. You have a president who is now unlimited by the constitution that we have always maintained is a lie. So that lie is no longer strong enough to give us any semblance of normalcy. The president will not normalize. They are the ones who have to now remind themselves, each and every one of those ones who are busy with their voice acclamation instead of what the Constitution demanded, a clear two-thirds after quorum might have been met in each of the houses. Each one of them, that corrupt power that they have sanctioned, it will come visiting them at some point.
How?
Oh, when you stand at the beach and you are busy peeing on the crab, the wind will change direction at some point. When power is only limited by a man's whims, the day will come when his whims will be directed against the enablers. And that is inevitable. The man who was busy joining him to dance Bugaon after Chatham House, is the power not raining on his own head today?
Yeah.
Each and every person who has endorsed evil in Nigeria in the past and clapped for it, including each and every one who is chasing Tinubu around today, from Atiku to El-Rufai to Kwakonso, to each and every one of them, at the point when they had the power, when they could have done different, what did they do? When they were enthroning him and they were being warned about the subversion of the Constitution and the destruction of the democratic order, were they not applauding? So everybody is going to dance the boogaloo that is about to come.
So, I mean, I think Dele Farotimi he's got a lot of nuggets, I would say. You know, you listen to him and you be like, yeah, somebody makes sense when they speak. What do you make of what he just said? What is your take? Because we know we've been having deliberations about this as to what happened in the National Assembly, the corruption of power by this current government and the people that brought him in as well. And he's just giving us a good synopsis of how to break them down into smaller bits. All right, so I'm just taking this bit of this interview that he had, and I want to just dissect that. But if I go into the details of what I want to say, please, I'd say watch this to the end. Also, if you're meeting this content for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe. If you've been following us and you've not yet subscribed, please do so. The first thing I want to talk about is those who brought Tinubu into power, those who orchestrated with him to bring him into power, are now the victims of his rule as well. Example is El-Rufai. You can see him hopping from one place to another to form a coalition to fight against the same person. Nigerians told him, the same person, the people from the Southwest said Tinubu was not a law-abiding person. And they said he built Lagos, see what he did with Lagos. And they told them at that time that Tinubu had siphoned Lagos, put a system in place to keep stealing from Lagos. But they said he built a modern city. They said he built Lagos. It means that all the other governors that came after him didn't do nothing. But now they have become the victim, like we have been the victims for so long. And now we've been crying. I have asked this question before, and just like Dele Farotimi reiterated, if you are being calling for somebody to not to be voted in, and you told everybody over and over and again, this man is not fit for purpose, and you infuse that person, and you deliberately rig the election in favor of that person, and then you come and cry to us and say that person is not, it does not follow your democratic values anymore, you have to move on, fight to remove that, and we should join you, then you're talking to yourself. Literally, the state of lawlessness in Nigeria. I said this in one of my previous videos. I said these people, the likes of Akpabio, the Senate president, the Senate leader, the Speaker of the House, those people who have become complicit in this corruption that is ruining our nation, they will become victims as well again later. I'll give you a little story. A couple of years back, I was in Lagos and I was having a chat and they were talking about this advancement and they were so happy about what Tinubu was doing at the time. And I said, what have they done? What has he done? Now we're talking about 1999 there, about 2000 thereabout. And I was asking the same simple question. What exactly was Tinubu doing? Because all I could see at that time around that Ikeja axis, I could see Tinubu seizing lands, similar to what Wike has been doing all over Port Harcourt, what he did in 8 years in Port Harcourt and what he's doing in Rivers State. So it just tells you that Wike looked at the model of what he wanted to do and he chose Tinubu. And you can see the destruction of what he's done. So Dele Farotimi put it simply, these people will become his first victim. Until this suffering is democratized, where we all feel the pinch together, nobody's going to be able to fight him. Until we all come out together and say, enough of this government, we don't want this impunity. What they've done to the Constitution, what the National Assembly did by desecrating the Constitution, even though as imperfect as it is abhorrent. Nigerians, literally, you have to look at it this way. What Akpabio and the Senate and the House of Assembly have done to the Nigerian Constitution by allowing an imposition that is not constitutional, by allowing a sole administrator that is not constitutional, every other governor should be afraid. Because what you've just done is giving a veto power to a president who is so ineffective and terrible. So I'm lending my voice to what Dele Farotimi said. You know, we have to understand that we have become the victims. For a long time, Nigerians have been the victims because we've never had a good government anywhere. But this Tinubu's government of destruction has now re-emphasized the victimhood that we've been feeling for so long. So he asked a very, very pertinent question for El-Rufai. If El-Rufai was in power as a minister, will he be decamping? No, he wouldn't. It would tell you to believe in the renewed hope agenda, like Wike said. I said this yesterday in the video that I did yesterday. I said that the day APC is out of power, the day Wike is out of power, it will depart this country, Nigeria. It will run. Because he knows that he's done a lot of crimes he must answer for. He sits in power right now and he challenges everybody to fight people against this, using the state resources to fight against other people. So I am saying this to all of you who are listening to me right now. Do you agree to what he just said, Dele Farotimi? You can see how they become so numb to the pains that we feel. We are their victim. We are their spoils. Wike said in his words, I do not see anybody who can challenge us in 2027. There's no force. With the forces that we have behind us, I do not see anybody that can challenge us in 2027. Go and check my video. You will see there. Go and check the other videos in this channel. You will see them. Other videos on this channel, you will see them. I have put so many. I have explained this. We have to, together as a people, if we must rescue our country out of the hands of these criminals and these criminal elements, we have to speak with one voice. We cannot, for the life of us, be divided. We can't be fighting over little things like Pella said this or the celebrities not coming out. It's beyond them right now. Don't wait for celebrities. They have to fix their tummy first of all. They've come through this victim mode to get to where they are. They won't throw it away for the government that doesn't care for them. We have to fight for Nigeria, for the emancipation of Nigeria from the hands of criminal elements so that we can be free. That's why most people are afraid to speak up, because they know the government will use the agencies of the government to lock them up. We're talking about illegality, the illegality of keeping an inspector general of police who is not supposed to be there. That's how the breakdown of law or law and order works. So I just want to talk about this briefly, and I want you to tell us in the comment section. Let's have this conversation in the comment section. What do you think about this? I'm saying this with all annoyance in my heart, but I want to know from you as well. What do you really think? Do you believe that what Dele Farotimi said makes sense? Or are we starting to see the unraveling of the dissatisfaction of the people who brought in Tinubu, the government of catastrophe that has come to finally kneecapped Nigeria to the point where we cannot stand anymore until we get rid of them? We can't joke with 2027. I'm telling all of you, do not really joke with 2027. These awareness that we're creating is to help us make people understand earlier enough that we must get rid of this government come 2027. As always, if you're watching me for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're meeting this content or you've been following us and then you've not subscribed yet, please do so and help amplify this awareness that we're trying to create. We need a Nigeria that should work, and that must work for us all. All right. God bless you. Have a good time. Catch you up in the next video. Bye-bye.